Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we continue to speak about privacy laws and about every aspect of privacy law that your business shall be aware of. And this topic is really important. A lot of people start thinking about privacy related issues at later stages when their product have been already launched. But the biggest challenge is that it's much more difficult to fix something at the later stages of your product development, when the product has been made live, for example. So it's much better to think about all privacy aspects at the development stage. That's why we are talking about this topic today, and we'll go through the main points in all privacy issues you need to take into account. Okay, let's move. One of the main problems of most businesses is that they start thinking about privacy law compliances after their product is ready to launch, or, for example, has already been launched. But it's not what the privacy law is about. One of the determining concepts of most privacy laws is a concept known as privacy by design. Privacy must be incorporated into network data systems and technologies by default, and it must become integral part of every piece of your internal organizations, of every piece of your processes, of your objectives, of your designs, and all operations of your business. Privacy must be embedded into every standard protocol and process that touches your users' personal data. And this is the first issue you need to remember when you talk about the product development. So what's next? Another important aspect to consider is that you shall anticipate risks and privacy-invasive events before they occur, and you'll need to take steps to prevent harm to your individuals, to users. By taking a proactive approach with preventive measures in place, you can minimize the risk of privacy breaches, privacy violations, and ensure the compliance with the most data regulations. Post-event measures are also important, and it's important to remember about them, but they should be seen at last resort. Preventive measures are the cornerstone of privacy-conscious product development process. You shall make privacy a core principle throughout the development process and integrate its consideration into every stage of the process of your product. And you need to fix this and to remember about this important issue. What next? Another crucial principle of privacy laws is minimization principle, and it's actually integrated in most privacy laws of the world. What does it mean actually? It means that you need to limit the scope of personal data to be collected and processed from your users. You shall only process personal data that are needed for your clearly defined purposes, and which you will for sure will need for these purposes. By collecting only the essential data from your users, you can minimize any privacy risks, and you will also be able to enhance user trust in your product, in your privacy practices, and at the same time you will ensure compliance with privacy regulations for sure. The less data is collected, the less there is to protect, and the lower risk there is of privacy breach. This minimizes the potential for unauthorized access to this data or disclosure or misuse of user data. So do not fall, please, into the trap of just-in-case data collection. Always conduct a thorough analysis to determine the minimum amount of data you actually need for your business operations and for your product, and use only this scope of data that's really needed. For data collection practices that go beyond what is essential for your core functionality of your product, consider offering, for example, opt-in and opt-out options for your users. Okay, we have explored limiting the data collect, but how do we ensure its ongoing protection in practice? Ensuring that personal data is automatically protected in any IT system, in every service, in any product, and every business practice of your product, of your company is really important, so the individuals will have access and will be able to take any specific action to protect their user privacy. Using various technologies for automated data protection is highly desirable. This includes encryption, activity logging, access controls, anonymization, and a lot of other variety of other technological measures that can enhance your user privacy. So you can use any other of them for sure. Providing the identity and contact information of a person or maybe several persons within your organizations who are responsible for data protection within your organization is also a crucial aspect to remember. For example, data protection officer or DPO is a position required in some cases prescribed by GDPR. But at the same time, other privacy lawyers will have their own requirements to this position and as to this person responsible for these data protection practices. The same, the title, the name of such position doesn't matter, as you can title this person a privacy officer, a chief privacy officer, but in most cases they will have the same level of responsibility. So it's like only the matter of name or a title. Adopting a plain language policy, privacy policy for any public documents so that individuals can easily understand what a company is doing with their personal data is also very important. Plain language means using clear, concise, and easy to understand language. You should avoid using legal jargon and technical terms that usually that users cannot understand. It's difficult to figure out what is you are talking about. So just try to be straightforward as much as possible. This empowers users to make more informed decisions about their privacy and about their choices. Provide users with tools so they can determine how you are using their personal data and whether your policies are being properly enforced. When developing products or services that collect personal data, it's crucial to provide user-friendly tools as they empower users and foster trust by giving them control over their information they share with you. It is recommended to offer simple tools for your users, for example, so they can download their data from your platform, from your product in a readily usable format, so they can move from, for example, from one service provider, from one provider to elsewhere if they choose to do this. You'll also need to provide clear options for users to adjust their privacy settings if they need this. Clearly outline how users can request the deletion and correction of their personal data if it's needed. So please be aware that of these user privacy tools, and do not forget that they are really crucial and essential in your product development process. Offer strong privacy defaults, user-friendly options and controls, and respect for user preferences. Privacy by default means that you will use pre-configuring products and services to collect, use, and share the minimum amount of personal data necessary for your core functionalities. This approach is really user-centric and respects privacy from the outset. It's equally important to empower users with control over their data. This is achieved through user-friendly controls such as clear and concise privacy settings, like granular controls they can manage by themselves, opting for additional data collection that are unnecessary and they can choose to opt in or opt out, and all other measures. Combining privacy by defaults with user-friendly controls creates a powerful approach. Users benefit from a privacy-conscious products design while retaining control over their data. So for sure, this will be important, and this is a real good practice for you to remember about. You should always access potential service providers and contractors, and you'll need to select only those service providers or vendors that can provide and that can guarantee sufficient level of technical, administrative, organizational measures that they take with regard to data protection principles for data protection practices. Selecting reliable partners who prioritize data privacy is really essential. Engaging reliable service providers is crucial for your data security, cause a data breach, and the service provider can expose users' personal information. And careful selection of your partners, of your business vendors, really can help mitigating these risks. Another reason is it will help to comply with data privacy regulations. Many data protection regulations hold organizations accountable for the actions of their service providers, which are actually the data processors. So partnering with compliant, with reliable providers is really vital. And again, the other reason, which is also the least but not the less important, is maintaining user trust. If a data breach is caused by a service provider you choose, it can harm your reputation and damage your user trust. That's why selecting privacy-conscious partners helps maintain a positive reputation of your company, for your business. I usually recommend developing like vendor assessment forms or questionnaires, which will help you to evaluate the conformity of each potential service provider you want to work with their privacy standards. So you can use this method as well in your business practices. And the last but not the least important issue is using privacy enhancing technologies. This is like another aspect you need to consider in accordance with the privacy by design principles. Privacy enhancing technologies are various technologies, tools, and techniques which are used for protection of individuals' privacies. Yeah, these technologies usually include methods like encryption, anonymization, access control, solutions such as differential privacy, synthetic data generation, and confidential computing, and lots of other. And they help organizations and individuals maintain control over their data and mitigate privacy risks in any increasingly data-centric world. There is a number of different classifications of these technologies. We will not stop today at this point, but the advice I want to give you is whenever you need to use some enhanced privacy technology, I advise you to check recommendations of privacy regulators for specific countries while choosing this because like you will need to ensure and you will be able, for example, to use the best technologies along with your web developer if you have such, because it's like more technical issue. So I'm sure that you will need the help of this person as well. Okay, guys, so today that's all. We like talked about all principles, all essential principles that really important for to consider at your product development stage. And if you use this approach, you will for sure be sure that you will be in like privacy compliance. And this is like the minimum set of principles, requirements that I suggest. So see you in the next videos, and thank you for watching this video today. Bye.